It's the most wonderful time of the year. Yes, the Christmas period is here. Didn't actually intend for that to rhyme, but that's just an added benefit. And before the UK police arrest me for even mentioning that holiday, this video, I'm going to go through my personal favourite top 10 games of 2025. Not an objective list because I played everything, because I haven't. Just the games that came out this year, that is the stipulation, that I played, that I really enjoyed, and I've mushed it together in some sort of order. And it may conflict with yours, and heaven forbid we have differences of opinions, because this is the Tinterwebs. But I'm going to try and dive in with my methodology as to why I liked something. But let's start off with why these games that you might think make the list don't make the list. First up on these dishonorable mentions is Borderlands 4. Once a very fun and different world to explore, unfortunately for me, I think Borderlands has out-quirked its quirkiness to the degree that I just find this universe exceedingly annoying to be in. And dare I say the word, he's going to say it, I found Borderlands 4 to be more in the line of bore than a land, as most of the land looked identical to each other. Even when you moved to a different zone, it just seemed like the color palette had been changed to accommodate it. The gun gameplay was relatively good, and the choice of weaponry was extensive indeed, as you would expect from a Borderlands game, but the dialogue and the characters just absolutely killed me on the inside. And as much as I tried to get into it, tried to immerse myself in the world, Borderlands 4 unfortunately found its way off my gameplay list all too quickly. And I think it's them. I don't think it's me. So Borderlands 4, sorry, you do not make the top 10, and you wouldn't even come close. Next in the Dishonorables, and it really pains me to say this, is Silent Hill F. I was really looking forward to this game. The trailers, the promotional material had made it seem like we were going to be trekked to a really dark, true Silent Hill story. But unfortunately, that's not what we got at all. Even though graphically, it looks absolutely superb, and there were very interesting characters which teased that the storyline was going to go down some very dark pathways. Ultimately, the F in Silent Hill turned out to stand for feminism, as the main protagonist was a woman reimagining that she was a girl back in school, and she and her friends were choosing the fates of their life, as she, as a woman, didn't want to go through with an arranged marriage. She wanted to be her own woman. She didn't need no man or no kids because they would hold back her independence. How very modern in 2025. And probably the biggest, the cardinal sin of this game was the fact that, number one, it's not even a Silent Hill game. It's got nothing to do with Silent Hill, bar a possible tenuous link to a plant by the waterside, which induces the hallucinations. But if you want to reduce Silent Hill down to some fever dream, then Konami, you and me, we're gonna have words. No, the most egregious thing about this game was the fact that the first playthrough, where you don't get all the story, and you can't, more importantly, get all the story, is by far the worst playthrough that you will play of this game. The New Game Plus, which allows you to continue onwards, actually cuts out massive parts of the game that you've already played, simply to do the things that you need to do to get the different endings to get the full story. And although I've really enjoyed what content creators have done with the Silent Hill F aesthetic, Instagram, cosplayers, etc., ultimately, the game itself was a massive, massive letdown. And from something that I was really excited for, it's something that I will never play again in my life. And that, for a Silent Hill game, really makes me sad. Now, this final Dishonorable might actually get the ire of some of the viewers because it could possibly be their best game of 2025. For me, though, I just couldn't get into it. Having played the first Kingdom Come Deliverance game, I was really looking forward to the sequel. The first one, although I do remember, had a steep learning curve, but once you got into it, my goodness me, did it really, really pick up. The second one, no matter how hard I seemed to try, I just simply couldn't get into it at all. No matter where I went, what I did, what I attempted to do, what I attempted to learn, who I tried to interact with, what I tried to do. Every single thing just led me to be disinterested very quickly, and I passed this over for many other games. Maybe it's something that I'll return to in the future and give it another crack, but for that moment in time, it simply wasn't working out for me in the slightest, and it didn't touch my top 10. Sorry. So watching those 3 dishonorable mentions, I think there's something which is perfectly clear. I really like wearing this hoodie. It's warm, it's comfortable, it's just... But those dishonorables didn't make the top 10, but there are some honorables which didn't make the top 10 either. And it's only fair that we go through those as well. Elden Ring Night Rain. I wish this could have made it into the top 10, but I just simply didn't play enough of it to see whether or not it would justify its position. But what I did play, I was really enjoying. I really wanted to team up with some other content creators, get a team of 3 together and go around and have some amazing adventures. But unfortunately, we just couldn't coordinate it at that time. And with Funday being a 4-person group at minimum, 3 would have meant that one of us would have been left out. And I didn't want that to happen either. Maybe I'll get to spend some more time in this game in the future. But right for now, it just has to remain outside the top 10. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I was really surprised at how well the Elden Ring format actually worked with additional players in the game. And not only that, how to change the mechanics and the leveling up of the weapon systems and ability systems to keep everybody invested and interested. So well done. I'm sorry it couldn't go a little bit higher. Schedule 1. I'm mortified that you didn't quite make it into the top 10, but it's me, it's not you. This game suffered for me, unfortunately, from the same thing that Elden Ring did, in as much as I didn't get to play it as much as I really wanted to. And that was on me because there were just so many things going on at that time. I did manage to squeeze a couple of solo streams in, and we even managed to get a Sunday Funday of Schedule 1, as yes, it plays in multiplayer as well as single player. And it's criminal, no pun intended, because of course the game is about starting your own Breaking Bad empire. But it was made by one guy, one person, a chap called Tyler. And he performed what many AAA games and companies can't do. Engaging gameplay, fun, quirky, and addictive, in as much as you really wanted to come on and play more. But sadly, I am pulled in all kinds of directions, and so that lack of time that I managed to spend in the game is the only thing that prevented it from hitting this list. RV there yet? No. RV there. Never mind. It's the name of the game. It's absolutely chaotic and 100% deserves a mention. We've been playing it recently on Sunday Funday. It requires you to move your RV truck from one location to another, but the terrain is rugged and there is all kinds of shenanigans afoot to make you cooperate and communicate, is the best way that I can phrase this, with your teammates, which of course immediately leads to some of the most fun, stupid, chaotic action that you've seen in a video game for a while, particularly in a cooperative sense. It was well worth the very cheap price. It's another small independent game that's given us a ton of fun on Sunday Funday. And if you've got a bunch of mates that you want to scream at for a few hours, then this game is absolutely perfect for you. The next Honourable is a game called Dispatch, which might not be for everybody, and I understand that. It's a Telltale-esque adventure where you are a former superhero, your iron suit has been destroyed, and you're now a dispatch guy, aka you're sending some Z-list villains who are trying to turn their lives around and become superheroes out on various adventures where, fingers crossed, they can actually gain some public notoriety. The story itself has been really engaging, and I like the animation and the gameplay loop. However, the dialogue has a lot to be desired. It's very Gen Z in nature, with some pretty horrendous references and language. But if you can scramble through that, then there's actually a really good game here. And even though I'm only halfway through, I'm already really enjoying it and very much looking forward to finishing it off, which, by the way, is what a couple of the ladies want to do to me in this game as well. Now, this is a game that snuck up on me. I installed Where Winds Meet a couple of weeks ago. I saw that some people were playing it, and I played about 45 minutes just to get past the intro stage. After yesterday's Rip and the Silverback with Eric, he encouraged me to give it a go as it's really good, and I said after the show I would, and I did. And I spent hours on it, and it was really, really engrossing. So if you don't know, Where Winds Meet is a free-to-play MMORPG or solo RPG, depending on how you actually want to play the game, out of China. And you think, oh, free-to-play MMORPG, it's going to be littered with microtransactions and pay-to-win features and all that kind of stuff. Well, so far, because that's all we can really go by, it's cosmetic only. And there seems to be absolutely plenty that you can do in the game itself. And I've gone on many adventures already, been spelunking, dungeon diving, killed a couple of bosses. I'm having the time of my life in this game right now. So because I haven't been able to put more time in, I can't move this into the top 10, but I sure as hell can give it an honourable mention. And last but not least by any means on this list is 5 Hearts Under One Roof Season 2. The Asian invasion is back, baby, and there's nothing that Chat's mum can do about it. Gran is back with some other familiar names as well as new faces for you to goon upon in this Korean romance simulator, which is stupid and daft and absolutely fantastic. I love it. It's such a load of fun. I cannot wait for the second season to get here, and it didn't disappoint. It will be played again very soon indeed, as we try to romance some of the other ladies on the list. And who knows, maybe even Sausage Man might get a bit of a nibble. Yes, it's that type of game. It's absolutely ridiculous. Ton of fun. If you just want something to laugh at and have a bit of fun with, then yeah, 5 Hearts Under One Roof is definitely the franchise for you. But as we're 15 minutes into the video and we haven't even got to the top 10 yet, well, here we are, good people. Your patience has been rewarded. And here are my personal top 10 games of 2025 in ascending order. In descending from 10 to number 1.
Is it?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
There we go.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello?
We're all deep now. Thank you for making it deep.
I'm not.
Oh my god. You sound like Flight the Navigator.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, you sound like Amelia Perez.
Coming in at number 10 is Repo. Repo was one of our Sunday Funday games, another small independent game, but what it lacked in budget, it certainly made up for in gameplay and fun. Simple premise, but a really good premise. You gotta go around the bases, you gotta put loot into your cart, you gotta take your cart to its destination to be weighed and the loot taken away. And if you don't meet the requirement, then it's time to die. You're also, by the way, being hunted down by groups of creatures around the level, which makes it even more fun. You got to balance looting with hiding and trying to get valuable items into the crate without destroying them. It was the perfect game for Sunday Funday. We went there multiple times, and it was definitely worthy of a place in my top 10 of 2025.
So maybe, and then you might be able to make.
Oh yes!
Oh, nice! Save the peach-on. Save the peach-on.
Yes,
You're
save
right
the
there.
peach-on,
Just go
save the
straight up.
peach-on.
Straight
I don't
up.
think you'll need the
You're right
peach-on
there.
after
You
that.
don't need it. You're straight.
I don't think you need it.
Hold on,
You're on the edge.
where?
Directly up.
Yeah, I see. Oh god,
Oh
I'm
my
fucking.
god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yep. Play smart. Play smart. Get the stand back.
My
Oh
goodness.
my god. This is it.
Oh my god!
Okay. There it is.
Oh my god.
We did it.
Number 9 is Peak, and yes, this game was absolutely peak. Another Sunday Funday game, and also another small independent game. Low budget, small team, but absolutely chock full of great gameplay as you went through different environments, climbing up and up and up. And as you could probably gather, there were many obstacles in your way, as well as puzzles to solve to get from one area to the other. There was fall damage. You had to keep your food levels up, your energy levels up. There were items you could find on the way to help you traverse the environments. This turned out to be one of our most fun Sunday Funday experiences. And even if you're playing this alone, there's oodles of challenge here at a very low price for you to try and hit that peak. Well worth a spot on this list and well worth a pickup if you haven't played it. Unbelievable. Shit. Let's be honest now, we're pretty used to getting screwed over by video game companies, so when a rumor started to circulate at the beginning of April that an Oblivion remaster was on its way, it just seemed a little bit silly. Then there's never going to be an Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remaster just drop out of nowhere. But it did. Just a mere couple of weeks later, It was announced and dropped right there and then. And I'm not saying that it was perfect, 'cause it wasn't. There was a ton of technical crashes on the game. Hi, welcome to Unreal 5 and have a nice day and all that. But it looked and it felt absolutely like the 2006 game, I believe, had really come into the modern age. The graphics were absolutely gorgeous in the world, and the gameplay really played out very well indeed, and it gave us a much needed opportunity to explore this world again, but in the manner in which it really deserved, in the beauty that it really deserved. And now we just have to wait another 15 years for the Elder Scrolls 6 to drop, but well, that's another story for another time. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remaster comes in at number 8, and it wasn't even Bethesda that did it. Even better. Oh my god! Oh my god! Fuck off! Wah! Coming in from absolutely nowhere at number 7 in my list is Hell Is Us from Rogue Factor Studio. This action-adventure puzzle game is phenomenal, and I mean phenomenal. Not only does it look like something a AAA game company should be producing, and by that, I mean the gameplay loop is exceedingly tight, the graphics are exceedingly tight, it was virtually zero bugs. I can't even actually recall one in the game. Great puzzles, great depth, really intriguing story in a pseudo past yet modern tech setting. There was an absolute ton for you to explore in this, and it kind of at first looks like it might just be a small little game and bang, but no, the depth of it, where it leads you, what little puzzles you find that unlock completely different areas, etc., made me fall in love with this game. I could not believe what I was gifted here from Rogue Factor, and I say to that studio, well done indeed. Another example of AA studios coming in and absolutely dominating 2025, if you ask me, showing up the big boys and showing them how a game should be done properly. If you've not played this game, if it's not come onto your radar, you need to pick it up right now, and you're going to be thrown into a crazy war-torn world with some religious storyline, with some alien storyline, and maybe some storylines which hit a little bit closer to home, particularly in the Serbian-Kosovan type of war in the 90s as well. There is plenty to get into here, and a really enjoyable experience. Hell Is Us deservedly top 10.
Awesome.
1,340. Nice! If you've been watching Sunday Funday throughout the course of 2025, then no doubt you've seen quite a fair bit of The Headliners, which was one of our go-to games. Not just because of the convenience of any of us could just step in at any time, but due to the fact that it was really great fun to play. Another independent game, small budget, small studio, but the gameplay loop was fantastic. You're a photographer during an alien invasion. You gotta get out there and take the risky shots to make your newspaper #1. And the riskier the shot, the more reward, the more points that you get. The more points that you get, you can spend on items in the shop as well that can facilitate even greater shots being taken. But if you don't hit the score, then you might get fired. And if you get fired, well, you're thrown to the mercy of the aliens. This is such a fun game. Absolutely loved it. And all of my Sunday Funday crew, they really did enjoy this experience. Quarter Black Garrett, X-Ray Girl, Carolyn, and Mr. Porkchop. I've listed all of their channels in the description box down below, so please do give them a subscription. No doubt we will play it again, and it thoroughly deserves its place on this list. Pushing it, oh, pushing it. Pushing it. Tom, I'm pushing it for your gran. Tom, this is for your fucking nana, okay? This is for your nana. Look at that, on B, for your nan. Everything that I fucking do, I do for your nan. Took that guy out. Come, medic! 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 Come on, medic. Yes.
Thank you.
Nice. Boom, there it is. B's taken. I did it for your nan, Tom. I did it for your fucking nana. Battlefield is back, and I don't mean that just literally with Battlefield 6, but I also mean that figuratively, as for the first time in a long time, it actually feels like we have Battlefield back. A legitimate and true return to form. Not one of those fake ones that's put to the latest Marvel movie when it comes along and fails at the box office. No, this has been a roaring success, and it's easy to see why. It does feel like we have our old Battlefield back. Great maps, great weaponry, great progression, great gunplay, everything that we could possibly want in a first-person tactical shooter, we get. Thank goodness, because Lord knows Call of Duty 7 isn't going to produce that for anybody. But I think, in actual fact, I know, this is the only AAA offering in the top 10. And that, to me, is just a damning indictment of where the industry is at the moment. But kudos, because after some misfires, they got back on track. They didn't do any silly billy. They just put out what they should have always been putting out. Good old Battlefield, and this one was a humdinger. Casterfell Woods. Is this a new area? Oh, this is a completely new area. It's a completely new area. Oh, guess what I see, chat? Peekaboo. I see you. Brought to you by the same people that brought you the Sniper Elite series, Atomfall comes into number 4 from Rebellion Studios. Again, kind of out of nowhere. This game, which is set in the UK, so, you know, maybe there's a little bit of bias here, who knows, is a Deus Ex action-adventure first-person shooter. Lots of puzzle solving, lots of mystery to be revealed in this wonderful world with a pseudo Sellafield nuclear power plant setting. For what exactly? What is going on? What is the mystery? Well, it was an absolute pleasure to delve into this world and find that all out. And it just, again, took me by surprise at how another AA studio comes in, even though they're very established, but comes in and just knocks it out of the park. Exceedingly beautiful settings, very tight gameplay, very interesting story that kept you intrigued. Why can't AAA game studios do this anymore? Who knows? Who cares? Because AA is doing it better. Congratulations to Rebellion.
Shit, I'm gonna be so dead.
Dude, I'm just running. Oh my god! Oh no! No! Why? 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 Why?
I've got no health.
I got no stamina, no health, I got no life. I got nothing to live for. No! No! Res me.
I can't.
Okay.
I'm down. Did you call it? Did you call it?
I did call it, yes. I did call it. There is a chance, dude.
There's a chance.
There is a chance we can get out of here. Do not surrender. I did hit the call button.
My heart.
Is this gonna be the craziest fucking escape in history?
My heart.
Is this gonna be the craziest escape in history?
Come on.
Come on! Come on, open the fucking door! Don't slide! Don't slide! Here we go! Let's fucking do this! Let's do it! 24 seconds! 24 seconds!
Oh my god.
I'm climbing up to the top! I'm climbing up! Oh, yeah! I got 2! 1! Yeah!
No way.
I'm not gonna lie, it was a really tough choice about which game to put at number 3 and which game to put at number 2. Ultimately, top 3's not bad anyway. And so, after some soul searching, I had to come to the conclusion that Ark Raiders gets the number 3 spot. A game which almost speaks for itself. An extraction shooter, which in itself is a niche genre, managed to somehow captivate pretty much all of gaming for a period of time, and it's still kind of going on, where you group up or go out solo in an effort to grab loot and get to the extraction point, avoid the Ark, which are the machines, and also your fellow man and woman, who may be friend or may be foe. And it's all of that combined that just makes this such an exhilarating experience. Are you going to extract? Are you going to get that good loot? Is that player going to help you? Are you going to get betrayed at the end? There is some heart-pumping moments in this game which I don't think I've ever experienced in another one. And my God, are those crushing lows the lowest that you can possibly get? But those highs, oh, they elevate you to states of absolute ecstasy. Ark Raiders, another AA studio coming in and just bossing the gaming industry around. Why not? This thoroughly deserves top 3. If you haven't checked it out already, I thoroughly advise that you do so as well. No. If you want to find out what that's all about, then, well, you've got to play it yourself, because number 2 on my top 10 video games of 2025 is Blueprints. And my goodness me, I don't even know where to start to talk about this game, because I've already spoken about games which came out of absolutely nowhere. Well, Blueprints didn't just come out of nowhere, but it absolutely blew me away in every single solitary capacity. I kind of got a premise of what the game was about. You have blueprints, do you get it? In a house, and you have to arrange them because you don't know what's behind the door. You get to select what blueprint you drop down, and that allows you to progress through the house. The object of the game is to find room number 46 in a grid that has 45 rooms. And then you have a set number of steps. If you run out of those steps, then your journey for that day comes to an end and everything resets and you go into another day. It becomes not just exceedingly addictive, but the amount of secret blueprints, the amount of puzzles for you to solve, the way that you can interlink certain rooms together to hopefully give you an advantage is incredible. And for all the stuff that myself and Mauler, who also thoroughly got into this video game, discovered, apparently there is even more that we haven't even touched the surface with, which is absolutely insane considering the amount of things that we did find out. A puzzle game that not just looks beautiful, plays beautifully, and has such great music and depth to it, but it just really, for want of not getting too wishy-washy, it just really captivated me. It just really got my heart on this one. And Blueprints was a shocker of a video game, and I'm very excited that they're doing a limited physical release as well, because that is definitely going to go into the collection, because I want more of this type of game. These games are phenomenal, and they are just showing the creativity level of certain people within the industry, and we need more of these wonderful, wonderful people. So here we are. It's all led to this moment, and if you've been paying attention, then there might not be a surprise about what's coming next. But my own personal #1 game of 2025 is most likely the same of a lot of people's. It's Expedition 33. Wow, where do you even begin to describe this one? Well, let's give some basics, shall we? Expedition 33 was created by some former Ubisoft employees, around 33 of them, that were disillusioned at the company. They didn't have the creativity that they wanted to have, and so they set up on their own, and my goodness me, the rest, as they say, is history. Not only is it a small dev team that creates a game that's looking like it's made by the most expensive AAA budget imaginable, this clocked in at around about $20 to $30 million, which to produce the type of game that they have is outstanding. Everything, every single solitary thing about this game just reeks quality, passion, love, attention to detail, everything you could possibly imagine. The music is absolutely gorgeous. The world looks incredible. The gameplay flows effortlessly. The combat, a return to turn-based combat, works perfectly and just shows off that even in today's day and age, you can create a modern game with a modern aesthetic and story and still have a really interesting turn-based combat system. The characters are phenomenal. Gustav, who's voice acted by Charlie Cox, who, by the way, gives all the credit for his character to the body double, the body actor that actually did all the actions for him. And then we have Mael and Lene, who really add a lot of depth to this team, as well as others that we might meet along the way. I'm going to try and keep this as vague as possible, because if you haven't played this game, you absolutely 100% need to play this game. The characters are so engaging and so fleshed out. You are more than dragged into this heartbreaking, emotional story, which by the end of it, I swear to God, I had PTSD in all the right ways. And it wasn't just a game, it was a journey. And I know that can sound a little bit wishy-washy, but it truly was. It was an experience, one that very few games will ever give you in a lifetime. And so it doesn't just hit #1 in my personal favorite games of 2025, but I think it's up there like the star on top of the Christmas tree. It really is just above and beyond anything that you'll get your hands on, most likely for a long time to come as well. So huge kudos to the developers. And if you haven't played this game, what on earth are you waiting for? Ask Santa to put it under your Christmas tree, because it is one hell of a treat. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, my own personal top 10 video games of 2025. including honourable and dishonourable mentions to boot. And I'm sure that the comment section will erupt with what their own personal favourites are, and there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I hope you enjoyed mine, and until next time, you take care. Goodbye, Baloo Boo.